I'm Cronin, gonna be hosting for a little bit. I got with me Chaos42666 to play Astal for the Sega Saturn.
Hi, that's
How are
me.
you? Here he is.
So I see in chat mention of an action replay. I'm playing a Japanese game on a US Saturn, so I gotta have an action replay to get by the region lock. We're playing Japanese version, so I have more HP, and the game has to want me dead more. We're gonna start the run in 3, 2, 1, go. Well, I can't go because the title screen timed out. This run already is mad at me. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
So, by playing the Japanese version, we get a nice full 5-hit health bar. Down at the bottom left, the fruit represent our hit points. We're gonna jump over this enemy. We're gonna jump and bounce. We always want to be dashing. And then we have this cutscene where, if you do this section wrong and soft reset using the button or by pressing all the buttons on your Saturn controller, the bird up there won't respawn, and so the game soft locks. We're gonna go throw that guy overhead. And we're gonna have a cutscene. Now, for some odd reason, this particular cutscene I cannot buffer a dash into, so I'm gonna have to buffer a jump. Now, the whole sequence at the very beginning of that, where we're talking to the, random mook soldier, takes about 1.5 seconds longer in the Japanese version as compared to the US version, because I don't know. Later on, there's a boss that has a cutscene that you also gain control in the US version quickly enough that you can gain about 1.5 seconds. You can also lose time because you can try to attack the boss, and it has a hurt box but not a hit box, so you just take damage. Because it hasn't fully finished loading. This is another weird place where I can't buffer a dash, so I have to wait until I gain control. And just hope that I time things right. And we have a lot of HP, so we're going to make use of it. And just take some damage. We're going to see our first use of the bird. I'm going to use the bird just a little bit late there. So we took an extra hit. That's not a big deal. There is plenty of HP in this stage. It's just hidden behind a foreground object. I'm going to use the bird again to clear out all this mess. Because the bird is very good and very strong. It's so strong that it can be your second player. But then a lot of the special actions that it can do, it then can't do. Now we're going to fight a boss. This is the Evil Eye, or at least that's what it got translated to in the US version. It tries to hide as a moon. It pulls its best Death Star impression. But this boss has a couple of problems. Namely in that we can hit it off screen. Now we go on to Phase 2. Phase 2 has even more problems for the boss. So ideally we want to stand perfectly in the center. And this boss, it only has a hurt box when it's dropping down, but our attack reaches high enough into its hitbox that we don't take damage. Now there's a nice little cutscene that we're going to skip because we can. We're going to do that after most bosses. There is a cutscene, and we don't want to watch any of them because it takes time. If it were the US version, they might be worth watching because you get to hear the single voice actress talk to herself. Because the US version of this game kinda didn't get much respect. They hired a single voice actress, and they didn't put the title of the game on the spine of the case. We've had a little bit of lag in this stage. The good news is it hasn't caused problems. One of the ways this game can lag is it decides to just cut your forward momentum for 3 to 5 frames. The JP version is significantly easier. We have 5 HP instead of 3. So the game has to work to kill me. Lady Manila was in Sonic Adventure 2. She was Rouge. Ah, darn, I took damage from that enemy. That cost me no time at all whatsoever. This stage is mostly an auto-scroller. When it stops there, you have to pound it to get the stage to continue, so you can only lose time. Bounce off of these guys. Hey, we're back at full health now. We're gonna jump so that we're only in the air a little bit instead of getting bounced all over the place by this giant turtle thing that's trying to eat a fish. Now we're gonna start taking some big bounces because they're more advantageous. Jump over that, take a big bounce. Jump over that, duck, jump over that, immediately start dashing, bounce off an enemy, and we are in the goal ring. And now we fight a boss. So that was really quick. That's good. Hot, darn it. That was less great. It's really, really hard to get the quickest kill on this. I haven't done it in a while. Now we're going to use the bird to take its last couple hits. And the boss is down. And if we can, after bosses, we move to the right side, we dash to the right side of the screen so that we don't cutscene standard walk speed off to the right. Now we're on to the volcano. If this stage wants me dead, I will be dead. Hopefully it doesn't want me dead. It has wanted me dead a lot. Hey, it lagged, and I took damage. I was going to take a point of damage anyway, but I wouldn't have had to stop there, because I would have still been in iframes. Jump over that enemy. And now we have the Rocks of Randomness. These rocks just kind of do whatever they want. And I got caught on the ledge. Whoa. We're gonna clip up on the big rock. We at least got that. Hey! We did not die. That is good news. Now we're gonna fight the Guardian of Flame. So first off, we're gonna blow it out. Then we're gonna throw it. Then we're gonna move clear over to the left-hand side of the screen to try and keep the screen from scrolling. Then we're gonna move right again to keep the screen from scrolling. Because if the screen scrolls, then the boss moves more. Which translates to lost time. Gonna do it again. Move over here. And we're gonna let the bird go to town, because the bird does not care about fire. The bird kills that head long before we could feasibly be able to hit it with the breath weapon and blow it out and finish the boss. Now we're on to the most stressful stage in the run oftentimes. This is where most people playing the game for the first time will eat at least one game over. And it's mostly because this stage is set up so that you just don't stop moving. If you do stop moving, platform and enemy cycles get weird. And weird cycles are bad. And we're done. We don't ever have to do that stage again now. It's instant death if you fall. There is not a lot of instant death in this game, but that stage has it. Now, Behemoth here, he can jump over us if he wants and just waste time. Like that. That's one jump. We'll do some counting with Behemoth, see how many jumps he gives us. If I had a second player to play the bird, we would kill it before it ever got off screen. Now we're just going to use the bird to finish it off. Ooh, that's not good. It finished me off instead. That is unfortunate. Gave me a good pattern, and I was not expecting it at all. Which is probably what I deserve. The game decides to be nice. And then it said, no, I was nice. Yeah, here we go. 2 jumps. 3 jumps. This is more normal. 4 jumps is kind of bad. Alright, bird, do your thing. Oh, that's not great. Finish him. Okay. Behemoth is down now. He can't hurt us anymore. And as is typical, we're going to skip the cutscene. Go on to Glacial Rift. You get to see these enemies. We're just going to take damage there. If you're really, really incredibly lucky, you can get through there. I've done it enough times that I can count on both hands. That section you cannot get through. And anyway, with meaningful speed without taking damage. I did not hit the... I thought I hit the jump button. I just wanted to hear this music more. That's what we're gonna go with. I mean, the good news is this is one of the music tracks that doesn't glitch out, so we do actually get to hear the music. If you like the next stage's music in the playlist, I have bad news for you. And that's that it's not going to sound right. First off, we're going to jump up here. We're going to... Okay. I mean, taking damage from that enemy is technically slower than killing it, but that's still faster than falling down. Took out none of these enemies. That is weird. Thanks for the weird pattern, bird. Fortunately, this is the Japanese version, so we still have plenty of health left to finish the stage. Gonna jump up these pillars a little bit slowly. You can theoretically dash up them, but the last platform has a really bad tendency to forget to have a hitbox for you to land on. And you can be very much completely above it, and it just doesn't let you land on it. I'm gonna bounce off of him so that way we don't take damage. And now we're on to Frostbite. This is the boss that you gain control too quickly of in the US version, and you can hurt yourself because it doesn't have a hitbox yet. This is also where if you gave a sibling a controller and they've been just barely managing to stay alive, you're in trouble now because they have to fight a boss. Come on, no twisters. Ah, no, he gave us a twister. That kind of sucks. Sometimes if I hit it in the right places, its phase AI gets a little confused and it won't ever go into tornado mode. That's ideal. But that is still a really quick boss fight. Now we're on to the final action stage. The bad news is it has giant caterpillars, and these things are kind of jerks. If this one wants to make me lose 6 seconds, it can just do that. Hopefully it doesn't. That feels good. Come on. Nope, it's going to make me lose 6 seconds and make me backtrack. It just does that sometimes. Now we're on to the second one. We are underneath it. Jump off of this guy, over this guy. Ooh, boy. That was better than taking a hit. I wanted to use the bird in midair and didn't get the button hit. Use the bird again. Clear out all these enemies. Ooh, missed one. That's not great. That's not a big deal. We're at the end of the stage. So the stage ends. He only throws 2 of those giant screen wipes because we are at the end of the stage. Now we're going to fight Geist, which is basically Evil Us, created by the Dark God Gerardo, who totally doesn't have the power to create life. All these enemies are all pieces and parts of him, and by smashing them, we've been helping him reform himself. That's the gist of the exposition here. Haha, you've been helping Gerardo reform himself. He's pretty much complete now, so we don't need you anymore, so I'm going to dispose of you. The first thing he's going to do is throw one of these half-screen wipes. And now he's going to start rolling 4-sided dice and do attacks based on that. That is not one of the ones we want to see. That's a 2. 2s are annoying, but they're not as bad as 1s. That's a 1. That's wasting a whole bunch of time. It'd be nice if he didn't do that. That's another 2. That... Ooh, I'm not close enough for that. Come on, 3 or 4. 3s and 4s are good. Another 2. Well. He only threw one half-screen wipe, so that's good. That's the bad pattern from him here. He's given us the bad attack twice. Three times. We didn't get to see the attack where we can actually damage him really quickly. That's not a big deal. Not a bad fight overall. Hey, if there's actual advice for getting Brazilian stuff, let me know. This game had a Brazilian release, and I don't own it. So he can throw up to 3 of those dragons before he throws this beanstalk, so only throwing 1 is pretty darn good. Could have thrown none, which would have been better. Now we have that same pattern where he can throw 0 to 3 of these dragons. There's 2. Two is still pretty darn good. And now if he wants to, he can start punching us. This is good, because punching him, we're able to do damage really quick. Oh, hey, this is really good luck. This boss is going down very quickly. Time is on the final hit. I missed that one, unfortunately. And now we're gonna... I found out that if I always dodge left here, he really likes to punch me. Hey! That's more rocks than he normally throws, but he did try to punch me, which is the fastest way of doing damage. I missed the counter. Wow, I am missing these counters. Can I please not miss counters? This should be the final hit. I mean, he could do that. That was weird. Come on. I can't throw the beanstalk at you like this. Now I can. And time. That should not have been overestimate, but it was. Because I am bad at video games.
25-16. Nicely done, though.
Yep. Let's see.
Unfortunate luck, but your execution was really good.
No, it wasn't.
It was fun to watch.
Hey, we did get to see the full ending. Sometimes that big skull doesn't spawn. For no apparent reason whatsoever.
That was kind of creepy there.
Yep, well, I mean, we just killed a god, so, you know.
Oh, right. That's what happens.
I'm surprised the bird was the girl all along. Once upon a time, we were banished for smashing everything on our path to save the girl. This time, we smashed everything on our path to save the girl. But we get the power to create life for it.
That's a sweet deal.
Thanks everybody for having me. It's been good.
Thanks for joining us. It's
Yep.
always cool to see this game. Pretty rare. Very colorful game.
Very, very colorful.
Oh, anything else you'd like to say, Chaos?
Nope, I'm pretty well good. Everybody else have good luck, including that crazy Cronin guy that's, you know, running Vector Man and Alien Soldier next.
Oh, that guy? Yeah. Nah, he's probably gonna screw up. I don't think he'll do well. But thank you for being kind to our runners. And thanks for playing. It was Chaos with Astal. And yeah, coming up next, we got a stupid name, Cronoon. He's doing 2 runs. I don't know why. Vector Man and then Alien Soldier, which is an awesome game. But yeah, that's coming right up, so don't go anywhere. See you soon.